Creative Lauri here. Welcome. Well, today we're going to have a little bit of a different chat. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. And if you are returning, thank you for coming back. So I have been doing a lot of videos on hauls, you know, my monthly hauls where I spend $25 a month. And then also where I do a little stockpile haul, which is separate. So before I get in any further with this, I just want to say that these are kind of different times. I think we're pretty all well aware of now. And I think that with saying that, I'm not too off by suggesting or saying what I'm going to be doing, which is I'm putting all my emphasis and thoughts really into how can I possibly make more out of what I have for food. So I'm trying to grow, and I'm not the best gardener, but I do have a green thumb, if there's such a thing. I want to turn my property into a homestead. Now you're probably thinking, don't you live in a suburb? I do, but I'm in a suburb. It's kind of a unique area where the suburb is in the middle of like very commercial and buildings. Industrial buildings and farmland. So I'm trying to just transition my property more and more into a homestead because I think it's important. Now I don't have a whole lot of land, but hold on, I'm gonna pick up the puppy. Oh, my ring. Oh, hello, my love. Hello. But he got hurt a few days ago, and he's feeling so overly needed more than normal. But okay, you got your paw down my shirt, buddy. So what I guess I'm saying is that it's not impossible, but I just think that it's important that we, you know, try to do the best with what we have. So if you live in an apartment, then make use of your windowsills and your balconies and your front doorsteps, you know, and then for people who live in a house or duplex or halfplex, condo, whatever, and you have a little plot of dirt land, then make the most of that. Now for me personally, I am not going to be getting chickens, and I have a reason behind it. I guess you could look it up. I mean, it's not anything I'm hiding or anything. It's just that from personal experience, just the fine dust, dander that comes off of them. And like when you go to clean their coops, you know, it becomes airborne. And I've had experience with that, and I don't want to go down that road. So I'm at some point might have to give up eggs, which is okay. I'm okay with that. Look how cute he is. Oh, I love him. Buddy, you have to get down, okay? I can't hold you the whole time. So I think for me, you know, I'm not going to get chickens, but I'm going to turn my land into as much gardening space as I possibly can. But I can't afford the soil. And where I live, everything is clay. And that's why I've done container gardening. I honestly didn't think that this gorgeous lemon tree out my window was going to do so well. I thought it was going to die. In fact, I was going to be selling my house, and I just planted it there because I had a cutout in front of that window with cement, you know, and I thought, well, you know, it'll look nice for the time being, but I never thought it would thrive. And I do have awful soil here. I've tried to amend it. It's really bad. Like, you really just need to remove it, rototill it, and then put more soil on top, rototill it, and then put a topsoil, or, you know, like a dirt topsoil. But, because no one out here really has major trees. I'm surprised at the trees that have grown, but they are above ground. They're like in a built up container. So like one gal behind me has peaches, a peach tree, and something else. I think an apple tree. So at my parents' house, my dad's house, it's an old piece of land and it's really well maintained soil. So he has plums, apples, I don't know the word, peaches, and I'm not sure of the word in English, but I think it's loquat, and in Spanish it's mispero. And then also, I think it's guava, a guava plant. No, it is a guava plant. That's right. And then lots of duplicates of that. And then he also has like bay laurel, which is great to dry and to put into, you know, your stockpile to keep the weebles out of your grains. So I just thought maybe what I should be doing is little by little in the next year, turning what land I do have into workable land, you know? And I think I'm going to do everything humanly possible that I can to do that. Now I have a lot of projects coming up over the rest of the spring and summer and maybe into the fall. So I'm not going to be able to dedicate too much time to the gardening, but come fall, it'll be on. You know, I'm going to be doing everything I possibly can to make that happen. So I'm doing a little more this year, and I didn't think I was because I have some obligations that I need to take care of. Sorry, I got to put him down. Come on, baby, you got to get down. Hold on. Sorry. 1 second. Oh. So these are my thoughts. If I can't do anything until maybe fall, I did a yard cleanup a little bit, as you may or may not have seen. I don't know if I'm going to post that video, but I'm saving like the leaves, and I'm starting to save cardboard so that I can do above ground containers, like big rectangular containers, and do cubic foot gardening. But we do have the wood to build the containers, my dad and I, and which is great, but I don't have the soil. So he has the branches, like, you know, he does a lot of tree trimming and, you know, cutting down some of the trees that are old and dead, and he has piles of it. So what I'm going to do is bring that here, and, you know, most of you probably wouldn't have that capacity. I mean, we don't really have a functioning truck at the moment. But what I'm going to do is either I'm going to ask my brother-in-law to bring it to my house, because he lives in, or he works in my area. And if he can't, because I hate to bug him, but I will put a tarp in my back seat and just fit whatever I can in my back seat, and then bring load after load. But like I said, I have a huge project coming up very soon, and I won't be able to dedicate a whole lot of time to the gardening. So I have to act kind of quickly, because I did plant a lot of seedlings, and I think that I can put them places where I won't have to build them just yet. I would like to, but I just don't have the money for the soil. There's so many things I want to do. I just don't have the money for it. So I'm just thinking ahead of time, as everyone should. You know, I think with what's going on in the world, we should all be concerned and probably do something, you know, for ourselves. If it's not stockpiling, but you know, I can only stockpile so much financially. I can't do much stockpiling I mean, you see what I get. Like, I just get a few little tiny items, you know. I feel good about it though, because I had done stockpiling in 2020 because I hadn't stockpiled. And I built up my stockpile from nothing, basically. So, I can only do so much with that. But I'm thinking ahead, and I'm thinking, well, I can build perhaps, you know, some garden containers. It's the perfect element on the side of the house. Probably 3 of them. And I can probably fit, let's see, 4, 8, 32 plants in each. So 32 times 3 is what, 96 plants that can produce. And then they'll be rotating. Like, one will always be like, maybe the middle will be the fall produce. The outer ones will be the spring and summer produce. So I have that going on in my head. And then the other thing I thought, well, if for those of you who maybe who don't have land, or maybe all your landscaping is concrete, maybe it's time to think, and lawn, maybe it's time to think about, you know, using that land, you know, maybe ripping up the concrete, like a small portion that you're not loving. Some of the grass, I know here in California, they're offering, it's like an incentive program where you get money because you're going to be replacing the lawn with low, what is it called? Where basically it's not going to take a lot of water. And so they're supporting that. But I don't know how much it is, but that costs money too, right? To replace. And I don't want to do that just yet because I already only water my lawn. Like, it's getting a little bit dry. No, it's really dry right now. It's really dry. But I probably would water it every couple of days in the summer. And my lawn doesn't look beautiful, but I water it at night and it looks green enough, you know, just to keep it kind of going. And no one really should be watering. In my area, there's restrictions, so I don't know why everyone's got a lush green garden of lawn, because we're not supposed to water, but I think it's every couple of days. And some people, like the gal next to me, she waters 3 times a day. The gal behind me who used to live there watered for 40 minutes twice a day. And I'm just like, gosh, I didn't have to. And then the guy next to me waters twice a day for quite a long time. So I didn't actually have to water my own yard because they were seeping in to my yard. But the front yard, I had to, you know, a little bit. Or so I just think that we need to rethink how we process and do things. You know, our process on a daily basis, like watering and all of that. I don't want to pull up my grass because then it's more work for me to pull weeds and make it look, you know, nice. So I'm just going to keep it. But if I had to turn my front yard, which is just a very small mow strip, really, I think you guys have seen my front yard. If you're new to my channel, I'll try to link a video where you can see my front of the house. It's very small front yards, and all of our lawn kind of interconnects. But so I think I'm going to keep it as is and water it just a little bit like I have. And if things get really bad, I don't know if it's wise to garden in my front yard because people, if things get bad and desperate, they might steal my eggplants and my tomatoes, you know? So that's why I say, unless if I put a fence around or something, which I don't think we're allowed to do here. I don't have an HOA. But I just think, you know, you need to think these things through And if you do live in an apartment, but you have family and friends that live in homes that are gardening, maybe you can be trading, you know, you can be helping each other and have that bond, you know, have it said so that you can be trading things like, maybe they have a bunch of fruit trees, but you know how to process and can them and make it into jam or pickle their items. So they don't have to do it, but you get the benefits of it. Hey, that's great. That's a win-win. Maybe, you know, you don't know how to do that. And you do have a balcony and maybe you want to grow some herbs. Or maybe you know how to sew clothes and you're just going to be trading skills, basically. So if they, you know, just grow and you sew things, and maybe you can offer to clean their home and, you know, things like that. Or make soap from them, for whatever. Make soap, make cleansers, whatever it may be. I mean, we don't know what our times are going to come up to. I mean, I honestly think that this whole wheat situation that's happening is going to be... My puppy's crying because I'm not paying attention to him. Hold on. Let me put him up on the sofa. Okay, sorry. He you know, he pulled a muscle and he can't jump on the furniture like he normally does. So he is like crying. So I just had to put him back on the sofa. Anyway, yeah, so I think there's a lot of different ways that we can all trade skills. I think it's going to come down to food and security of food. And they even said, like, you know, people are going to be stealing food from people out of their grocery basket once they paid for it. When they get to their homes, they follow them home. I mean, I guess there's been instances of that. And I don't doubt that. I think that would probably happen. People get desperate and they're hungry. They're going to do that. So that's why I'm probably not going to ever show my little stockpile area. It's not much, but I did start stockpiling in 2020 and it wasn't much, but I never had that, you know, before. And then I have a little pantry that I work out of, which I will show because actually I'm going to be transitioning it in about 2 weeks. It's going to get too hot. Well, it is already too hot. But everything I have in there, it just doesn't get circulated, the air. There's no vent in there, so I need to move it out of it. So before I move that out of there, I'll show you what I have in my pantry. It's mainly decor. But, so I think that we all have to think about like our own security and how are we going to get food. And I think we're going to have to go to the market more so we can get better deals, for one, and for two, that people don't see us buying so much, like a grocery basket full, that they want to steal from us. And I think you're just going to have to go more often. I don't like grocery shopping. I really don't like going out too much at all, period. I'm a little bit of an introvert, but I also like just to be home, and I don't want to be out in these times. So I've kind of gotten used to that even more so, you know, through 2020 on. And let me drink some water. I'm sorry. I'm jibber jabbering, so I need to wet my whistle. So, sorry. So I just think that we all have to be aware and start stockpiling. Maybe cutting back. If I'm pescatarian, so it's a little bit easier for me to cut back even on just fish because I can't even afford it right now. And I didn't eat a whole lot before, but I do like it. But I would only buy sustainable, you know, fish. But it's getting harder and harder. There is a guy near one of the farms that ocean fishes, And I think right now he raised it from $6 a pound to $7 a pound for like rock cod, black cod, something else, and then salmon is a little bit more when he catches it. But I might have to rely on him sometimes, you know, every now and then. I don't eat a whole lot of fish anymore because I just can't afford it. And at $7 a pound, it's still cheaper than the grocery store. I might buy a couple of them, and he'll like descale it and, you know, take the innards out, and I might just freeze it from that point. But I think we're gonna have to start looking in different places and shopping more often and not looking like a Target, basically. So if you come out of Walmart with like a $200, $300 shopping cart, people may, you know, steal it from you. And that's what has been happening, I guess. And that's horrible. It's never happened to me, but I'm not going to put it past me. And I really just want to protect myself and my dad. So, I'm just going to be doing little steps to work towards that. So I can't really work towards my stockpile so much anymore. Sadly, I just can't financially, but I can certainly stop spending less money. I know I only have a $25 a month budget, but maybe I need to start using the flour I have and yeast and make bread. And then also maybe I need to replace it quickly, you know, the flours. So I think that I should be buying flour and sugar. Sugar doesn't go bad. Honey doesn't go bad. Pasta really doesn't go bad. I would say TVP doesn't really go bad. I've never known it to go bad, and which is textured vegetable protein, which vegetarians use sometimes. What else? There's certain foods that just don't go bad, and most canned items will last a lot longer. I'm so glad I bought that sauerkraut in that huge container. I actually want to open it though, and I know I shouldn't, but I'm so interested to see how it tastes like, and I want to use it on my carrot dogs coming up for the holiday weekend, so I might, I don't know. But you know, I think we all need to like maybe start thinking about canning. You know, if family or friends have an abundance of fruit, or you get it from like like a food locker, you know, or if you get groceries from like a, I don't know what they call it, not a food locker, but where you get groceries every couple of weeks from like drive-throughs. And I don't know what that's called, but if you get like an abundance of like apples, like I'm not crazy about apples, but if I got them, I might eat 1 to 2 in like a salad and then preserve the rest. So I would think about, you know, stockpiling some jars, saving your jars, start learning how to can so you can can them. And then that way, I mean, if I'm wrong, and you have an abundance of like stockpiled items like canned fruit, you could give it away as Christmas gifts, you know? That's great. I prefer homemade gifts. So I just think that, yeah, start thinking about all these different avenues. I mean, my dad has even said that, can you hear that? My hands are so dry. He's even said that, you know, he wants to garden a lot more. And, you know, normally he'll just do a few tomato plants and like that's the extent of it for him. I mean, he is elderly, so I don't want to push him, but he's even thinking like, I got to do more. But, so I'll be helping him with that. But I just want to spread that out to everybody. These are just my thoughts. and maybe it'll resonate with some of you, maybe it won't with some of you, but it's coming from my heart and just out of concern for what's going on in the world. But I will say this, just because all of this is going on doesn't mean we need to be nasty or hateful towards others. We still need to respect each other. We still need to love each other. We still need to support one another. And by that I mean like just help one another too, and not judge. You know, someone might not prep in any way or fashion, but when someone's hungry, they're hungry. And, you know, we have to think of those times where, you know, we can't judge them if they're hungry. They may have made poor choices, yes, but I'll help them, you know, to the full capacity that I can here and there. I was thinking of like, and I don't have much, but I was thinking of like, you know, if someone came to me and they're like, look, my family and I are starving, you know, we know you have a stockpile of some beans and rice. Can we have some? I would definitely give them, you know, some beans and rice, but it would be limited. And I would just, you know, show them like, okay, my dad and I are going to go fishing. So you want to come with us and, you know, fish to get your own food? Because I'm not going to supply them forever. I mean, I have to make sure first my dad is fine. That's my top priority. My mom is no longer here, but, you know, she would agree. Like, make sure our family's good first and then everybody else. And then, of course, my sister, brother-in-law, nephew, and my niece, my step-niece. And, you know, I would want them all to be covered and have food. So I do have beans and rice. I don't have very many canned foods because I'm just not crazy about them, but I'm realizing like, oh my God, we need canned foods, but I can't afford it. So maybe I need to start canning my own, which I'm going to be doing. I've only done canning a couple of times for jams, but I'll learn. I'm going to learn. And I do have some like leftover jars I can reuse, and I'm going to be doing that. So get flour, sugar, vinegar, jars, what else? Yeast and seeds. Topsoil if you can. You can make your own fertilizer. I mean, I think we can trade that too. We can trade with each other for fertilizer. So I just think, you know, think realistically of what we could possibly do and then go from there. So just protect yourself, and I'm going to be doing the same. I have some, I wrote some, yeah, I think I've covered everything. I said I wanted to start a homestead, no chickens, and trade with family, friends, and I covered all of that. So I'm going to sign off for now. Thank you for hanging out with me, and I hope you can do these things. And if you don't think you can, find out what you can do. And don't panic. I know it's hard not to, but don't panic. And always have a good outlook and treat each other with respect. And I think we'll be okay. So I'm going to sign off. I need to get back to the yard, and I'm so hot still. But I'm halfway done with the side yard, and that feels really good. And I just need to take the container out to the street because tomorrow's our garbage pickup. So I'm going to sign off here, you guys, and have a blessed day and a lovely day at that. I wish you all the best. I'm going to sign off. Bye-bye.